Alright, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. So just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So
Tighnari, what exactly is wrong with Kale?
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called
Elazar?
Yes. It's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by, at first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on affected areas of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience, in its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body.
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying her. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for Elazar. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after...
What? The Fatui?
It appears you already are familiar with them. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care, I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now...
Oh, Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
Don't worry, Tighnari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led her to... Though I must... was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently, though a moderate amount of physical exercise is... Alright, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine. I'll see you two...
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help Kale.
Alright, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's...
No problemo!
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as the Nilotpala lotus.
Hey, Tighnari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Nilotpala lotuses can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. The Nilotpala lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Cowpelata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, and is completely contrary to its name.
Oh, okay then. Note to Paimon, never bring up the topic of flowers with Tighnari. Haha!
There should be Nilode Pala lotuses growing somewhere in this area. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, we'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the need. Let me have a look. Good. Very good. These are all excellent quality. I'm glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here.
Hey, Tighnari!
Oh, Tighnari! Someone's calling your name! They're dressed...
Ah, yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long ago? Let's go find out what's going on.
Tighnari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already cleared just a week ago. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading, so we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away.
Wait, Tighnari, why don't you let us help you?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many things in these lands. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called... The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before...
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able...
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with it. Like, only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, he may not have a vision, but he's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
Seems the rumors about you were true then. In that case, alright. You two... We typically only teach visitors how to identify the withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception today and show you what it looks like up close. Stop. Don't move any further. Look there.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered! That whole air... Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of this.
That is the withering. Alright, traveler. We're gonna have to enter that withering zone. Thank you. But I must warn you, don't push yourself. This is your first time handling this sort of thing, after all. Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the withering zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. If at any point it becomes... You ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
Feeling lucky? Feeling lucky? This one's got your name on it! Watch out! This one's got your name on it! Umbrella warfare, I guess! Uglay, you're up! Yeah! 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 Don't be scared! Oh, hit! Yeah! Watch out!
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
With sword comes shadow.
Feeling lucky?
Now! Destroy the tumor of the withering!
Returning to normal now!
Yes. Thanks to you two, we were able to quickly restore this area back to...
Tighnari? You make it sound like we did well, but what?
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which withering zones appear has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before... If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The withering is leaving lasting effects on the rainforest itself. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase, Kale's case of Elazar has...
Huh? But why's that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the Academia that... No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It said... Oh, by the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense, I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep under. Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times to present day. The Dendro Archon is known as the god of wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro... And as for the Withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukkhadevada's familiars a long time ago, but even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for Irminsul. I'm afraid we Rangers will be battling the Withering Zones here for a long time. Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here...
Oh, Tighnari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The Withering Zone you reported has been taken care of. No... Huh? Wait, is that... Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tighnari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were...
Oh, her? How could we forget? So did something happen?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read it. Huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to... She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is her asking us...
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you...
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Well, I'd prefer not to remember that. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these. Paimon, Traveler, could...
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? But will the Traveler be okay if her cave is still filled with that funny...
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? You're not feeling... But wait, how'd you know that he'd be okay?
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element. I knew then that he would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsul's ley lines, was what I described... That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all, though I don't intend to apologize for deceiving you. Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but my forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence. When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. What you witnessed were actually real I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead.
That sounds nice and all, but...
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid communicating with others. Please, wait here for a moment. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just... no, I should be the one thanking you.
Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area. Hypatia, are you...
So hungry.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait, why does it look... Huh? How'd things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where are we? Really? Oh. Wow, this place is huge! I knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind. Huh? What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
A proper send-off from the Spina with love. Umbrella warfare, I guess. Ow! I'm fine. Hey there! A proper send-off from the Spina with love. Hey there! To the chase. Hey there! Watch out!
What is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
Proper send-off from the Spina with love. Watch out!
Go get it, Uruguay!
Hey there!
Hiya!
Fire! Well, with rocks. Hey there!
Grant me new life.
Uruguay, you're up!
Ow! I'm fine. Feeling lucky? Cat! Ah!
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong this time?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your sister. Her Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence, the bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. But don't you fret now. Today will...
What do we do? We have... Oh, there she is! Quick! Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Are you okay? That's really not like... Anyways, we can talk about this later. We better make sure... Whoa! Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying...
Who is there? Tighnari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tighnari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here.
I see. So, you're friends of Tighnari. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit.
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit...
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're able to see...
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious...
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time.
So, Hypatia, just what kind of
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendroarch. I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart... And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure. In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be seen. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. And they weren't alone. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tighnari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul. Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Paimon's getting hungry too. Alright, we're up, Traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet madame and a radish veggies...
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. Are you already finished cooking? Smells delectable. I'm truly thankful.
All done! Let's use the empty box. Oh, it...
Are you already finished cooking? Even though everything you mentioned was in Tighnari's letter, it took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And you should know that some researchers spent their entire lives without ever successfully connecting.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn Ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Since the root of the Dendroarchon's power lies within Irminsul, naturally, anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul in their first ever attempt must be a person of great understanding.
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was he sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long time?
That was primarily due to his body's unique constitution. Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of spirit... Not to worry, though. It appears you've all... Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendroarchon. But unless you're using intentional meditation technique...
Whew. Well, that's a relief.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could
Whoa! You're really serious.
I am a researcher. As a member of the Ritawe Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings, which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for... If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to... Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such... That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our mind...
Whoa. So knowledge from Irminsul...
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black. However, I've been feeling better at... I believe that being able to see them is a... But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the god of wisdom herself.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't...
Well, it's...
Huh.
Yes. Well, the sages say that wisdom implies rationality. But that which occurs in... Yes. The fact that the people of Sumeru... I was born into... I studied hard. But then... It was in... Back then.
So...
Sorry. If you two are... There's no need to be...
Now that we know Hypatia is alright...
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount. I understand. As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and...
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least...
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the...
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a renowned sage.
I see. Well...
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires...
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
You'll know, once you've arrived in Sumeru City, that is.
And, how long will I be required?
There's no definite answer as of now.
Do you mean to tell me that, despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the question? If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Tainari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the Academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound. She answered a bunch of questions for us.
Very good. Now that the Traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer.
That's right! We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice.
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone we can try asking in Sumeru City?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fairly short, and... oh, how about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Amurta Darshan and is a Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if...
Oh? What is it?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Ruka. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the Academia's expertise, so I'll...
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! Oh, but wait, before that... That's right! Tainari, we have something important to say to Kale before we leave. Is she doing better now?
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she was taking the path towards the north. She knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Thanks, Tainari. All right, let's go!
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to Sumeru City.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition but I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be genuine with one another.
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you for trusting us enough to be your friends and sharing your path. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's because we're friends.
Thank you. That means a lot. Before you leave, I have something for you.
Oh? What is it?
It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? My handwriting...
Yay! Thanks, Kale. Now we can eat those scrumptious little pitas whenever and wherever we like.
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember your time here in Gandharvaville. Well then, I, trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville again. The Rangers will always be ready to assist you here.